Hello everyone, this is my first time reviewing a pocket camera from DJI. For my first review, I'm going straight to the 4P version. But before that, I want to say thank you to our friend Erwin from S-Tech Media, who lent us this pocket camera. After this review, don't forget to watch the review on the S-Tech Media channel too, okay? Honestly, I'm quite a beginner when it comes to cameras like this, but I've often seen a lot of media people and YouTubers using cameras like this in the past few years. Most of them use it for event coverage and behind-the-scenes shooting. Okay, let's just take a look at the design, and I'll also show you the video footage. This Osmo Pocket 4P is unique because it's the first time DJI has made two lenses at once for the Osmo Pocket. Previously, there was only one camera and one lens. The second lens is a 3x zoom telephoto lens. It's good for shooting subjects that are somewhat distant. In terms of design, the Osmo Pocket 4P still follows the DNA of the Osmo Pocket. It has a slim, stick-like shape with a rotatable screen and a camera mounted on a 3-axis gimbal. The camera part looks a bit big because the Osmo 4P has two lenses. There's also an extender called a 1/4-inch thread because its function is to attach it to a tripod as well. And when the extender is attached, I feel the grip becomes much more solid. Without it, I think it's a bit too short, so it's less comfortable to hold for a long period of time. As far as I know, DJI OSMO also has a battery handle that's even longer. On this handle, there's also a USB-C port for charging or connecting to other devices. If you buy the Osmo Vlog package, you'll get a complete set of accessories. You'll get things like a mic transmitter, an LED fill light, a remote, a bag, and so on. The most important part of this Osmo Pocket is, of course, the camera and its lens. The main camera has a 1-inch type image sensor with low light technology, LOVIC. This technology allows the camera to capture a wider dynamic range. So when we record in high contrast conditions, the bright areas still retain their details, and the shadow or dark areas become clearer and brighter. DJI claims that the dynamic range of this camera can reach up to 17 stops. That's much higher than the Pocket 4, which only has 14 stops. The main lens itself is considered ultra-wide. It's equivalent to 20 millimeters with a fairly large aperture as well, f2. This lens is wider than the main lens of most smartphones. And in my opinion, it's very effective for vlogging and selfies. Hello friends, I'm currently at a park called Taman Kosambi. It's not too far from our headquarters at Info Photography. Well, my real purpose is to invite you to take a walk, because this park was just renovated about a month ago, and at the same time to test the camera I'm holding, which is the DJI OSMO Pocket 4P. We can see later what the image quality looks like, and also how stable it is when we walk with it. Because, yeah, this camera is really designed for vlogging like this. And for sure, the camera can be rotated, right? Right now, it's in vlogging or selfie mode. Later, I'll rotate it so you can see how my POV looks when I'm walking in this park. And then about the audio. I'm only relying on the mic from this DJI OSMO Pocket, so you guys can hear my voice along with the ambient sounds. The sounds around the park too, since it's pretty busy right now because it's late afternoon. And the weather is pretty nice, not too hot. The sun has already gone down a bit. So we're going to test it. We're going to listen. Let's see how the sound quality is too. Okay guys, I just tried walking for about 2 or 3 minutes, and you can see how the quality is and whether the stabilization is good or not. This is actually my first time using a camera like this, so it's pretty fun. You just have to hold it because it's quite small in size, so people don't feel disturbed either. Or intimidated, so people stay relaxed, and at a glance I can see the colors look good and the image is pretty detailed. The second camera has a telephoto lens, and this one is the newest. The lens is equivalent to 60 millimeters, or 3 times zoom with an f1.8 aperture. The image sensor is a bit smaller, about 1 by 1.28 inches, but it's relatively large by pocket camera standards, especially for a telephoto lens. This telephoto lens can zoom 3 times and can be extended to 6 times without reducing video detail by using the sensor's crop method. And 12 times already includes digital zoom or digital cropping, so the quality decreases a bit. Now, for photos, the maximum is 9 times. DJI claims that this telephoto lens has a depth of field equivalent to an f6.3 lens, so it's suitable for portrait photos or interview content. The results can look quite natural, because the subject will be sharp and the background will appear more blurred, compared to when we use the camera and its main wide lens. And the results are also more proportional, without the bulging or distortion.
Let's test how the sound is. And for your information, Iksan is holding it. This camera is about 1 meter away, about 1 meter. And next to me, there are a lot of kids playing. So the sound is quite loud. Now we can see whether this camera captures the sound well or not. Can it separate my voice from the background or not? Kasi magulang tayong external mic ko. Pero kung baka may external mic, my voice would definitely be much clearer. But for most of you friends, if you want to capture the ambient sound, you can also hear what it sounds like.
The quality. The DJI OSMO Pocket was originally developed for regular people who like to record daily videos, or in other words, vlogging. But over time, this device also became popular among professional creators.
Hi guys, this is my first time trying the DJI OSMO Pocket 4P. So for those of you who really want to try vlogging or creating content, you need a camera that's lightweight and also stable. You should definitely try the one next to me. Like this. See, you can also zoom in this close. You can also adjust it up and down. The camera is quite stable when you carry around. Like this, see? Okay. Okay. Bye.
Well, in this 4th generation, DJI has provided some very advanced features. For example, it can record 10-bit video in D-Log Log 2. For those of you who want to color grade your own videos, wow, this is really great. Unfortunately, D-Log Log 2 is only optimized for the main camera, including the low FICFIG one as well, only on the 1-inch sensor. Then, this camera also has the ability to record slow-motion video, up to 4K 200p, 240 FPS. That's incredibly slow. The autofocus can also track subjects, which is called active track, and you can use it to take photos as well. The photos are 37 megapixels. In my opinion, that's already pretty big for a camera this small. Isan and I had the chance to try out the OSMO Pocket in several conditions. I think the results are pretty good, beyond our expectations. The video contrast immediately looks good. The details in the dark and bright areas look quite balanced. In low light conditions, like at a night event, the video still looks sharp. However, fine details like skin become too smooth. Maybe it's because of the noise reduction effect working in conditions like this. And of course, the footage is stable, even if we're moving the camera. Well, this is thanks to the 3-axis mechanical gimbal. It's not electronic, but mechanical. This is the most powerful one. In general, for social media footage, I think the video quality is already really good. But if your goal is to make cinematic videos, honestly, a mirrorless camera with a prime lens that's not big still can't be matched by this pocket camera. As for the experience of using it, it's quite enjoyable. It does look like this DJI OSMO Pocket is a bit big, yeah, but when we hold it, it feels solid and just right. If we make it a bit bigger, it seems like it would be less comfortable, right? But if we make it smaller, it also feels less stable or less solid. Now, to turn on the camera, we just need to flip the screen. The camera is ready to take pictures or shoot videos. Accessing the menu is also not difficult. We just need to swipe the screen. And you can also use the touch screen to change the menu, just like most action cams. Now, to activate the lens, we can just tap the 3x or 1x zoom option. The joystick can also be used for zooming or for tilt and pan. This camera can also record vertically. The resolution is 3K. That's pretty big for social media. And what I like the most is that this camera has internal storage of 103 GB, so you don't have to worry anymore if you forget to bring a memory card. I think every camera should have its own internal storage. What I'm a bit worried about when using the DJI OSMO Pocket 4P is that the camera actually consumes quite a lot of energy. When I used this pocket to shoot short clips, just occasionally, for about 2 hours, the battery dropped to around 60%. But fortunately, this camera charges pretty quickly. It only takes about 18 minutes to charge from 0 to 80%. And according to DJI's measurements, this camera can actually record video for up to 210 minutes per charge. If that's not enough, you can use accessories like a battery handle, which can supply more power to this OSMO Pocket. Yeah, the file transfer is also really fast now. It already supports USB 3.1, so it's very fast. The maximum is 800 megabyte per second. So, for creators who might be tired after a whole day of traveling or vlogging, you don't have to wait too long to transfer files to your computer. In my opinion, the OSMO Pocket 4P is a small camera, but it's capable enough for making content like vlogging. If you're creative, you can also create interesting scenes, but it's practical. You don't need to use a big camera and gimbal. If you have a more limited budget or want a camera that's more compact and lighter, and you rarely zoom in, if you mostly use the main camera for selfies or vlogging, I think the standard OSMO Pocket 4 is already enough. From my observation, a camera like this is already very good for creators or journalists. For those who often work alone but need to capture various kinds of footage in the field, the OSMO Pocket is really great for vlogging because the main lens is wide enough for selfies, while we can also show the environment where we are. Or, this camera is also very good for creators who often have to record behind the scenes or shoot B-roll. With this telephoto lens, your visual content can be richer and look more professional, especially when you need to record details of what is being told or for portraits. As far as I know, the DJI OSMO Pocket has already arrived in Indonesia. So if you want to buy it or just check the price, please check the product links in the video description below. Are you interested in getting to know this kind of camera better? If so, you can write a comment about what else should be discussed in the next video. Thank you and see you again. Okay, bye.